Hi my friends, welcome to Auntie No's Kitchen. Shall I say to some of you that are returning, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about sweet potatoes. And I'm well, the ones that are used to me, I'm a country girl, raised down, with grandmama. Let's talk about sweet potatoes now. I know all about growing these babies. So we're going to talk about sweet potatoes, picking them and baking them. Now, a lot of people like to wrap their sweet potatoes when they're baking them. No. My opinion, well, I'm going to tell you, it's an old Southern fact. You're messing them up when you're wrapping them and baking them. So, give one to your mom, and we're going to go over some facts about sweet potatoes, okay? Okay, now let's talk about sweet potatoes. Now, I only like Mississippi mud sweet potatoes. I like Georgia sweet potatoes. Now I'm going to show you. These are Mississippi muds. They're light in color. You can't get them everywhere. You may can get them in Mississippi. You may can get them in the Carolinas. I don't know. But I definitely know you can get them in Alabama, Mississippi, and Georgia. And the key to a sweet potatoes. Now, when you pick a sweet potatoes at a grocery store, farmer's market, inspect that sweet potato. Make sure, because I'm going to tell you a lot of old timers do. They go around, they stick their nail in that sweet potato, see if they draw anything. Inspect that sweet potato, make sure nobody stuck their nail in there and then dented it to see if they draw anything. You don't want nobody's nail fungi in your veggie. You want to inspect them before you even get started on the sweet potato. You want to look at it, inspect it, pull those strings off, smooth those strings off around, whatever. See, this right here, that's not a nail indent. That's from it being in the ground, being tossed around, doing processing. And you're going to need 2 bowls. One bowl I'm going to throw over here. Okay, sweet potatoes, take these strings off. And I bought these like last week. And when you buy sweet potatoes, store them in a nice, cool, dark space. Like if you got a pantry, put them in there. Put them in a bowl, if you can. Put them in a bowl. Put them in a dry, dark place, cool place. This is a potato from somewhere outside of America. It's red. The skin is red. This is a Walmart sweet potato. This is, I got this one specifically to show you guys what I was talking about. This is not even going to bake the same, okay? It's not going to bake the same. But my husband eat it. I cook a lot of sweet potatoes in this house because this is his favorite side dish. Okay, so I'm taking these strings off of these potatoes because I'm getting ready to put, if you see these little things, they mean they getting ready to root. You can actually start, if you see them, if you can take a potato and put it in a jar of water, you can see when it starts to take root. You can actually form, your little potato there. But I don't garden. Okay, so I'm going to take this Walmart potato and put it over here. Okay, now, the key to baking a sweet potato is, hold on guys, I need to get my Japanese yams. Hold on. These are Japanese yams. These, oh my goodness. These right here, I get them at farmer's market. I've never seen one in a grocery store, to be honest. And if I have, I probably wouldn't get them. I like to go to the farmer's market. These, you don't need to add anything to these. Nothing. I eat them completely plain. But for my fellow diabetics, you know how we count those carbs. I would never eat a whole one of these. I cut them in half. I bake them and I cut them in half. Same process goes on with these when picking these. You look for them to make sure no one has, yes, even in our other community, people go around and they, like I said, they take their nail bed and they stick them in there to see what they draw. Always inspect, even with okra, definitely with fresh okra. Because people are looking to draw milk, and you see fresh corn, you see the husk, it look like it's been peeled away, you better inspect it, because people have stuck in their nail bed in there to see if they can draw milk from it. Don't buy those vegetables. They've been tampered with, okay? Listen carefully. Don't buy those. Okay, so I'm going to take these, put these over here, because I'm going to be baking my Japanese sweet potatoes, my Japanese yams, along with my sweet potatoes. Now, the key to baking a perfect sweet potato is not to bake it in foil. Do not wrap your sweet potatoes in foil. What I'm going to do, first, I'm going to wash them. And I'm going to wash them in warm water, really good, really, really good. You can see a little baking soda. And I'm going to let them soak in some warm water for about 20 minutes, okay? So I'm going to go over here to the handy dandy sink, and I'll be right back. See you guys in about 20 minutes. Okay, my friends. Now I have my sweet. They've been washed. I've let them soak in warm water. No salt, none of that. So I'm just going to place them on some foil. No, you don't need to dry them off. Leave them alone. Okay, I'm going to just place them on the foil. I'm not going to do anything else to them. I've got my oven preheated to 400 degrees. My Walmart potato going to go over there. Going to line up my Mississippi nuts here. Put my Japanese yam right here. And these are going to go in the oven unwrapped completely. And they're going to take about an hour and 15 minutes to bake, because I have my oven up high to about 400. You know, sweet potatoes, they'll take about 2 hours to bake if you bake them on 350. Do not, like I said, don't wash them, don't wrap them up in foil. Let the heat and let the natural juices get the flowing with that heat. When you're wrapping them up, the juices are not able to get stirred up in there with those natural sugars, so they'll explode. That's what makes the perfect baked sweet potato. So I'm going to get these in the oven, and so I see you guys in about an hour and a half. Well, for me, about an hour and a half. To you all, it'd just be a click and a snip. So see you guys in a little bit.